And we're live. We're live. Hello, everybody. You could actually log
Hello.
in. Kayla, if you have a separate phone, you could actually log in if you wanted to and see whether people are looking.
Well, when it start making the echo, so I don't even try.
Oh, it's submitting an echo.
Yeah, because I had the
Right.
computer on, and then that's when you were telling me, oh, it was like echoing really bad. So I just like
Oh,
turned it down.
yeah, yeah. Well, you could turn the sound down if you want. Hey, guys, and welcome to the Creative Girl of Color podcast. I'm going to call it a podcast episode today. I'm your host, Danielle B., the artist behind Creative Girl of Color. And welcome to today's live business chat. Yes, come on in the room. We got like one person. Say hi, Kayla.
Hi, my name is
And
Keila. We art by Keila. Hey, hey.
hey, guys. And welcome to my special guest. Kayla is in the building. She's going to be dropping her gems and giving us her business tips today. Let me take out some of my headphones so I'm not extra loud because you guys know I'm mad loud already. Okay. I want to actually log in. So go ahead. You guys know what to do. Go ahead and hit that share button, like, subscribe, depending on where you are, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or whatever it is. Go ahead and hit that like button and that share button for me. And we're going to get this thing popping, right, Kayla?
Yes.
So tell the audience a little bit about yourself while I share, and you guys share and hit that like button.
My name is, sorry, I was looking on my phone if there's questions popping up. My name is
Okay.
Kelia Small. I am originally from Haiti and used to be an engineer. And 3 years ago, decided to start my art business. And I left my full time job and just go ahead and tried it. And now I can say I started part time because I was transitioning to it. So I wanted to learn and get all the techniques down. And last year, that's when I started the Instagram and the Facebook, and I started taking commissions and start making money. So I think that's when it started being like a full time job for me. So when I start making money, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Right, right. Yeah, definitely. Let me bring this down just a smidge, you guys. We're still getting used to the streaming software, you guys. I wanted to make sure I was in full picture, okay? So, um, yeah, I mean, today we're just gonna be dropping those gems. So make sure you get your books out. And I wanted to kind of come on because I felt it was important to pay it forward and help those entrepreneurs out there or those artists out there that may be trying to figure out their next step and how to take their side hustle to a full-time artist business. I mean, yeah, I mean, because when I first started, I don't know about you, Caleb, but when I first started, it was really hard. It really was hard for me to kind of figure out like different resources, who was going to help me and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know how it was for you, but you tell me.
Um, okay. When I first started, I was not planning on making it a full time career because I had just started with 3 kids. So to me, it was more like of a hobby versus a full time job. So when I first started, I was like, okay, I'll paint here and there, I'll sketch here and there. And then I wasn't really into making it a full time job until a year ago I got better at it, better and faster. It used to take me hours and days to paint and or sketch. So as I'm learning and I'm getting faster, I'm like, why not transition it to a business? So that's when I did it. It is hard, and I will not tell somebody to just quit your job tomorrow and do it. I will not say that.
Yeah,
You have to wait for the right time, the right moment. Because if I didn't have a husband, I wouldn't be able to, pay my bills or anything with what I make at the beginning. So you have to wait until that right time to kind of like transition to it. And then before just jumping, you know. and you will know when it's the right time. So I waited for, if it was me by myself, I would have still be working until that time where I started making a decent monthly income. I would not have left my job in 2017 like I did. But yes, you must, don't just quit your job tomorrow and then say, hey, I'm going to do this. You have to have a plan. You have to have a business plan. You have to know what you want. And you have to have that niche. You don't just do everything out there. You just have to have that one thing that you are comfortable doing and you are comfortable of doing every single day. And also social media, it's another thing, so yes.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I feel like, you know what, I get this question kind of all the time. I know, like a lot of like, and I'm kind of looking up and down at the same time, you guys, because my camera's in one area and then my laptop is in another. So, so anyway, I get this question all the time from people where people inbox me on Instagram like, should I quit my job? Should I just go straight into everything and head first and blase
Mm-hmm.
blase? And what I say in that instance is no.
Yeah.
That's a no. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't feel like you should instantly just quit your job. I
Mhm.
think with anything in life, you have to have some sort of plan. So I think that's number one. Get a plan. Start to do research. I don't know about you, Kayla, but I did a lot of research, right? When I
Mhm.
first when I first began like my business and stuff like that, I did a lot of research trying to figure out like what was my business name going to be, who was my competitor in the market. And this was after I already gained the skills that I was going to need to be a proper artist, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like quotation marks, what I
Mhm.
consider to be a proper artist. I basically gained the skills first. And, and of course, art is a lifetime long going art journey. You can always be learning, always be doing different things as you go through your journey in art. But, you should definitely try to have all of the things that you want to have in the beginning before you start thinking about, like, boom, I'm going to make this into a full blown business, because being an entrepreneur, honey, is not for play play.
Oh,
Okay?
let me tell you. Yes. Yes. Like you said, you definitely have to. You can still keep your full-time job and you have a plan B, but you have to work really hard towards that goal that you want. You can't just, unless you have another support. I mean, if you have someone supporting you financially, then it will be better for you to just be full-time, towards your art career, because you have someone helping, which is exactly what I did. That's because I have my husband. But if I was by myself, I would, with three kids. Um, and I have someone says I'm always tired lately. My job, then my heart. Yes. How did you balance the time to transition? Um, Even now, I homeschool my children, so I cannot just wake up and paint. So in the morning, I homeschool, and then we get out of the house. We have to go to gymnastic, we have to go to swimming team, we have to go to soccer, and the whole nine yard. What I do, I develop a schedule. So I paint every night from, let's say, 8 to midnight every day except for Wednesdays and Saturdays. Wednesday I do date night with the hubby, because they are not a full-time job. You got to put them in the schedule too. So on Wednesday on Wednesday we kind of like spend time together. And on Saturdays we try to do a family thing together, so I won't stay late. So but every night I'm in here in the studio working from 8 to midnight. And you might say, okay, I have to wake up the next morning to work. I also wake up at 5:30 every morning to go exercise. So I'm only sleeping 4 hours. I'm used to it now, so I don't know. But during the day, yeah, I only sleep 4 or 5 hours a day. So I don't know if that's normal, but I was never a sleeper. So either even when I worked only or whatsoever. But try to find time, like when you get home, if you can, if you don't have children, just take a nap and then go ahead and start creating, and which is what I do because I have my children 24/7. So, and now they close everything, they don't have nothing to do. So let's say 24/7. So so yeah, so I'm always in here from 8 to midnight, and then I go to bed at midnight every night except for Wednesday and Saturdays. Saturdays are family thing together. Wednesdays are date night after we put the kids to bed. So that's almost every week. You have to find time for every single one person in this house. So I'll let you
Exactly.
say, how do you balance it? 'Cause you also have a son, and I mean, I know you don't have a full time job during the day.
No, 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 no. I don't have a full time job doing the day. So, how do I balance it? Okay, let me get out the whole thing because you guys know. Well, maybe you don't know. My name is Danielle. I'm the artist behind Creative Girl of Color, right? So, basically, I have Creative Girl of Color. I have we're gonna talk about the pandemic and everything that's going on and how we deal with it, right? Um, and since we have, let me remove that comment. Thank you so much for commenting, Miss Shonda. I appreciate it. And thank you for tuning in, you guys. It's gonna be a lot of stuff that we're gonna be talking about. So go ahead and put your comments down below. Oh, okay. So how do I balance? Boom. Okay, you guys see it? Boom. I got the calendar. I have my little bullet journal. I do it every day. I write. And these books are by one of our art sisters. She's in our group on Facebook. I love journals, you guys. Okay. So I keep a lot of journals. I write down, okay, Monday, Tuesday, blase, blase. What do you have to do? I set a lot of reminders. I set up a lot of alarms. I go to sleep, and lately I started doing it where I go to sleep and I wake up at the same time every single day, and that helps me to feel like I'm rested, and it also kind of regulates your metabolism at the same time. I'm getting really like nursey on you guys, but it does really help when you feel like you're on a schedule and you feel rested. It helps you to be way more productive during the day, especially if you are an entrepreneur or creative, and an entrepreneur, creative, and a mom, because all of those things put together are a full-time job. And if you're like me and Kayla, we're parents. And then for Kayla, she has her husband also. That's another thing that she has to make sure that she's pouring into her home. You know what I mean? You got to pour
Mm-hmm.
into your home also. So you got to make sure that you're maintaining those relationships within your home, and that your
Yep.
kids are happy, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if you're going to be a full-time entrepreneur, it's hard to maintain everything. It's so difficult. So at the end of the day, somebody is going to be unhappy. Okay. And that's just the bottom line. I mean, that tends to be because I can't tell you, like my daughter, she'll call me. She lives in New York now. She's married with her own family. But I have my young son, and then my daughter, she'll call me and she'll be like, oh, you're always going live. You always doing this, that, and the third. I need to talk to you. And I'm like, girl, like I'm trying to build the empire here. I need you to have my back, and I'm not going to be available all the time. That's another thing, is on top of being organized, having a schedule, having a plan, having a business plan, you need to make sure that you have people around you, whether family, friends, whatever it is, that are going to have your back and that want you to succeed, that believe in the vision that you're doing, because in that case, that will, make it where you can flourish in your business, and it will increase, your productivity as well as creativity. If you are living in an unhappy home, you're not going to want to paint. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
have any help, if you don't have any resources, you're not going to want to paint. You're not going to want to be creative because you're so busy pouring into to people who don't understand the vision. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how
Mm-hmm.
you feel about that?
That, yeah, and also what I'll tell somebody, what I'll tell anyone, if you still have a full-time job, um, if you still have a full-time job and then you're still lacking skills to make you work faster, it's a great time to keep working on those skills. Because when I first started, like, I always been an engineer, so I never really painted. Because right after college, I had my first son, I had my daughter after that. So I mean, we got married right after college, and we got married. We didn't really have time to enjoy the single life per se. So I wasn't painting, and then right after I got married, I got kids. I had a second one, a third one. Like, my kids are 7, 6, and 5. So they were back to back, you know?
Yeah.
And don't be me. That's what I'm saying. But so so don't be me. But it went so fast and it went back to back that I didn't have time for art, you know? I mean, at some point they were 3, 2, and 1. So hey, and then I was working full time then. I was working, I used to go to work, drop them at daycare and come back home and be a mom. And so when I first left my job, because I have my husband's income, I took a year and a half to just work on my skills. I sketch every day, I learn every day. I'm constantly on YouTube learning skin tone, pet portraits, landscape. I learned everything. I wasn't just focusing on one area. And so if you don't have that foundation, it will take you forever to create anything. So then you're gonna get frustrated because you're not doing enough. You're not every day
Right.
you wake up at 5 a.m. to draw something, and then here we go. It's time for you to go back to work and to head to work, and you haven't done anything productive. So this is a great time for you to get those skills. Like, take an hour or two every day and learn. And if you're not already, you know, and you can just take the time, get better, get faster. Because now I see how fast I'm taking commissions and how fast I'm completing them and how fast, you know what I mean? Then I get more, then I start making more money. So that's a great thing too. But I wake up at 5:30 every morning anyways. And so
Yeah, that's what Miss Shonda was saying, that she wakes up 5 a.m. and then she goes to bed. You know what I mean?
yeah, if you don't have any kids, you can make a schedule. Say 2 to 3 days a week. I'm going to bed at 11. You know, and
Right.
then you will suffer for those 3 days. You will be even a little bit more tired, but then your body will adjust. That's, I guess, me. It has
Exactly.
helped me. So
Well, for those of you, I mean, if you have specific questions, you guys go ahead and post them below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, you guys, and give a girl a thumbs up, okay? Especially if you're on YouTube, if you happen to be on Facebook, you guys know what to do. Share it, love it, like it, okay? Share it with your creative friends. Um, what was I gonna say? So I feel like going into the next step, that's true, right? Once you get into like once you say to yourself, here's the vision, here's my business, here's where I want to go with it. You want to make sure that you're staying on that path, you staying
Mhm.
steadfast, because once the initial kind of I want to say the initial like rush of like endorphins and happiness goes away, you're gonna be in the studio, or wherever you are creating. You're gonna be in there grinding for hours. Like, I mean, tell them, Kayla. Like, how long do we be working on commissions? I mean, 18-hour days, and that doesn't even include all the other stuff that you have to do for your family, for
Yes.
you know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's like,
And
go
like
ahead.
you said, it's a sacrifice. You can start off taking commission, or you can start off doing your own pieces and only sell. But the key here is advertisement. Once you start advertising and once people start seeing it, that's when you must be ready to make money. Because when someone wants a piece, you know, I don't know, those, I'm a single kid. Oh,
What you said. So, um, Mikshanda said, yes, I think that that was an issue. Stressed out, no real support other than social media. I'm single, one kid, my niece, mother, and oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that, honey. Dementia is no joke. So our prayers are with you. And we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about how to get an outside support system if you don't have one in the
mhm.
home. Okay, so we'll touch on that in a minute. It's a real balancing act. I'm mentally tired more than physical. I'm mentally tired than physical, more than physical. Okay, so
I know.
right, yeah. So I mean, what do you think? What advice would you give her for getting a support system outside of the home and getting that balance when she really doesn't have any support in the home?
Yeah, when I what I mean, my kids, and your situation is different, but when my kids were 3, 2, and 1, whew, yes, you're right. I was mentally tired. I was, I mean, seriously, mentally tired with three
Yeah.
kids and 3 kids in diapers. You know what I mean? It's so much, and 3 kids that not sleeping all night, and 3 kids that, one that still need the bottles, and one that just wake. I don't know, in the middle of the night, and the other one just wake up too in the other hour. So I was mentally tired, and like that now they sleep all night. No more, huh? But like Daniel said, I will say, can you hire someone to watch, to help for a couple hours, or you were at work during the day? I don't know how, maybe insurance can cover a couple hours to help. Um, I don't know. I would really seek out for help for 2 or 3 hours a day, maybe like a family member, or, you know, um, see if they can help you, just to give you that window to create so you can make the transition. Because with me it was the same thing, and one day I told my husband, oh no, you gotta do something. So
Mm-hmm.
that's when, because otherwise I was mentally exhausted. And all the kids, they're with me all the time, they needy all the time, they cry for me all the time. So at some point I was telling my husband, you gotta get it together. You have to get it together. So my husband started helping more.
Hello, Deborah. How are you? Sorry,
So,
go ahead.
oh, you're fine.
Kayla, I'm listening.
So I would say try to help, try to ask someone, a family member, or maybe if you have insurance, they will, they probably can pay for a couple hours, a day to help if she is qualified for it. Because I know my grandma had the same thing, and she had a nurse. Yes, work on getting some relief, because my grandma had dementia too, and my aunt always had a nurse coming for 3 to 5 hours a day, and that was covered under her insurance. So I think it was Medicare. Is that the one? Medicaid, one of them.
Yeah,
So
Medicare.
Medicare. Okay, so I would say
Yeah.
definitely look um to for something like that, because if you don't, it's not even only about your art; it's about you. You will
Right.
crash if you don't just press the pause button and then say, okay, this is about me now, I need to go sit and lay down. Otherwise you yourself will crash. So yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I mean, me and Kayla, we've been rocking, and just in case you guys don't know, Kayla's one of the very first people that agreed to be on my podcast. What like almost a year ago, Kayla? Like it's
Yes.
crazy, and it's been
Mm-hmm.
almost a year, and um, and this is so this is leads into what we were talking about, Shonda, about how to gain a community outside of yourself and outside of your situation, and yada yada yada. This so I got a point, you guys. Okay, that's why I'm rambling about Kayla, right? So me and Kayla met, through what? I don't even know how we met, but it was like
Yep.
something, right? Oh, I think I was like reaching out in different groups.
Mm-hmm.
So that's okay. So I would reach out in different groups on Facebook, and I was asking people, what did they wanted to be part of my podcast? And because I wanted to make sure that I was featuring a lot of African American creatives, a lot of African American women, specifically that were creative, so we can get our story out there. And Kayla was one of the very first people that actually agreed to do it, and she came through, right? So
Yeah.
ever since then, we have been fast friends, and we've continued our friendship, chatting. We're always in the DMs, cracking up and talking shit or whatever. Put the kitties to bed. We're gonna be dropping some f bombs every once in a while on here, but you know what I mean. So, so that leads into my next point. Network. Okay, network. I gotta put that out there, right? Network. Get your network is a direct correlation to your net worth. You feel what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
right? Maybe I need to write it down. I need to type it in, but your network is a direct correlation to your net worth. If you associate yourself with successful people and people that are doing their thing and people that you admire, and how do you reach out to those people? You go to Facebook, Instagram, you DM other artists, other creatives. I know a lot of creatives don't be wanting to, especially, sorry to say, but African American creatives, a lot of times we don't want to share, we don't want to reach out, we're afraid to say things, we're afraid to ask questions because we don't want to look stupid. It's all about our pride. We don't want people to feel like, we are asking for help. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
don't be afraid to ask for help because you never know where it will take you. 90% of my talking to people, my gift for gab and like talking to people and harassing people, my
Say
gift for
that one.
that has gotten me commissions. It has gotten me, other. It has connected me with other creatives. It has gotten me jobs. It has gotten me where I've connected with a whole group of beautiful creatives on Facebook, and I actually ended up creating my own group on Facebook with a whole bunch of creatives where we can all chat and talk, and actually this particular video is actually live streaming straight into the group over on Facebook. Hey guys. But yeah, so don't be afraid.
Ask.
Yeah, ask questions, network,
Mm-hmm.
reach out to people, and of course you're gonna get a lot of people that's nasty, or they bad and bougie. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to answer your questions. But you know what? It's a whole nother side of the coin of people that do want to answer you, that do want to help you, that do want to take you to that next level. Don't be afraid to actually reach out to other cultures. I mean, at this time, we're going through like a crazy psychotic time in the world. So you kind of, some of these rules may not apply, but for the most part, don't be afraid to reach out to other cultures and ask for help, because I've gotten a lot of help from other cultures, Caucasian artists, Asian artists. It doesn't really matter. Reach out to different people because you never know where it may take you. You never know who they know that they can hook you up with. Because remember, as an artist, especially as an independent artist, you can only do but so much work. So you're gonna have that trickle off. Like remember, Kayla, we was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have that trickle off where some artists can't do all the work that comes their way, so they may give you some work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Networking.
I mean, don't the power of networking is great. You know what they say, especially in the black community, like closed mouth don't get fed. Open your mouth.
Yeah.
Ask. You feel what I'm saying? Closed mouth don't
Mhm.
get fed. Ask questions. Ask for help. Don't be afraid. Don't let your pride make you starve. You feel what I'm saying? Uh,
Mhm.
uh, get out there and network. Talk to people. Same thing goes for you. Have to be when you're an independent artist, and if you want to be able to make money, um, you kind of have to be a triple threat. You have to be. You can't just be good at art, or be a good at whatever you do, crafting, whatever it is, whatever type of creative you are. You can't be just be good at that one particular thing. You have to be able to. You have to be able to do social media. You have to be able to do the business aspect, meaning, taxes, licenses, business cards, yada yada yada, all the administrative stuff that you really don't want to do, especially in the beginning, because a lot of people don't have money to go hire 12,000 assistants. And believe me, a lot of artists be like, especially you see those ads, especially on Facebook or YouTube, and they're like, oh, I can teach you how to do like a full career. I make $100,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
you
It's
see
different.
those ads, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see those ads, and it's BS. It's straight up BS. First of all, nobody can truly teach you how to be like them. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No
Because
one.
every journey is different. Like, yes, that person makes $100,000, but when you go down into the details, you will notice they was just somewhere at the right time. They just got hired to do a painting by a famous person, and then boom,
Right,
now everyone
right.
wants a painting. So that's not really how you can make $100,000, because you don't know so and so, you don't know a famous person. So like Danielle, they all scam. But they are good sport. I think they are good support. They kind of like keep you on your toes, to encourage you. So I'll tell somebody, I'm not gonna tell you not to do this group, because they kind of, if you're a type of person that will not go live on Instagram, that does not have an Instagram, that doesn't know how to use, and you don't know how to do videos or go lives, or you need that push. Like me, I don't like going on social media, but then I notice that's where everyone spend their time. you know that's where everyone spend their time now. With the whole like quarantine thing, everyone spend their time between TikTok now and Instagram and Facebook. This
He's
is
still
where
on TikTok.
everyone's spending their time. So this is where
I know.
you just keep showing your face, I guess. But if someone is telling you, hey, pay me $497 to get this wonderful course, and it's probably something you could have like figured out yourself. So, but like Daniel said, networking. I'm not a type of person that's going to a gallery and talk to people. I'm not. I have never done it, and I probably will never done it. I probably will never do it. So, but now I notice how important Instagram and Facebook. So I post daily. I paint
Right.
daily. I'm always doing commissions. So that I have, the more commissions I do, the more clients I get. And then it's always good for whoever you do a commission to post it on their wall. And then I get referrals. But I'm not a type of person that's gonna walk downtown and go to all these galleries and ask them, hey, can you showcase my work? No, I'm not that type of person. So I don't know if Daniel is more talkative than I am. So, and
Sorry, I was posting. And see, this
oh,
is
that's
part
fine.
of being an entrepreneur. You got to be like multitasking. I'm posting, typing, talking to people on Instagram, and I'm talking to you guys on here. Okay, you got to be able to do it all,
Sure.
baby. Especially in the beginning
So,
of your process. Now, If you guys have any specific questions, let me know. I don't see any specific questions, but yeah, like I would say, and that's, but you should be investing in your craft, in your business, in yourself. You should be investing in yourself when you can. Take those courses. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars, because not everybody has hundreds of dollars. Like me and Kayla, we didn't begin our lives in art or doing something creative. We began being creative as a second part of our life. You know what I mean? So I didn't go to art school and all of that stuff. I just happened to be creative, and then later on found out, boom, I'm hooked. I love art. I'm gonna dig in. I'm gonna really get in there, and you know what I mean, and whatever. But so basically, since I didn't go to art school, and believe me, in art school, they're not gonna teach you any of these things that we're telling you for free right here on YouTube and Facebook. They're not gonna teach you any of that stuff. They don't tell you, first of all, they don't teach you how to do African American skin tone. And I learned this from people, from black people that have actually gone to art school, said they don't teach you about how to do African American skin tone as far as if you're doing portraits or anything like that. Okay? So they're not teaching any of that. They don't teach you business tips, because they don't realize that, boom, once you push the artist out there, are you giving them the tips and the tools and the tips that they're going to need, you know what I'm saying, to succeed in life? Are you giving them the tips and the tricks that they need to bring their business to the next level? Or are you just pushing them out of school, and then they don't have no idea like how to network, and how to get their life? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, so that's something that is really important, is in investing in yourself. Sorry, you guys, I need to get some water. Kayla, take it over for a minute.
Okay. So definitely networking, a lot of networking. Um, I was never an Instagram person, so I just started doing Instagram. I think in November of last year. I think. So whenever it first started, I was like, "Oh no, I'm just gonna keep my Facebook. I'm not going to worry about Instagram." So now I regretted it. So if you have plans
Sorry, you guys, I
for
had to get
full
water.
time, oh, that's fine. If you have planned to transition to art as a full time, I will tell you start your social media now.
Ooh.
I think TikTok is gonna be the next big thing.
When
Like,
you
and just like Instagram is taking over Facebook, people don't really care for it anymore. So now it's like IG and TikTok. So if you're planning on transition to be a full-time artist, I will tell you, while you're still working your full-time job, start your Instagram now, start your TikTok now, because this is where all my commissions come from, all of them. All my business come from IG, all of them. So all from people that ordered from me before, and then that share it, and then their friends ordered too. So yeah, so I'll definitely say, while you have an hour or two, while you at work or on lunch or anything, push that push that social media, push it hard, because at some point I don't think people will be reading posts on your website or any of that. Everyone wants, those platforms are just so powerful, it's ridiculous.
yeah, exactly. So that's definitely another tip, you guys. Get those things started while you're in the process, everything, and it's a good way to also document your progress and where you've been. So when you start to get like the artist curse, and you start like comparing yourself to other artists and trying to figure out, like, why does my art look like crap today? You know what I mean? Like we all get like that. We're like, oh my God, why does it look like this? Let me go online. And then you see people's work and you're like, oh my God, my art is such trash. So that's what you start feeling about yourself. So when you get in those moments, this is why I always like if you go to my Instagram right now, you guys. Matter of fact, this is a good time to do the plug, okay? If you go to my Instagram right now, you can guys can definitely reach out to me on Instagram. You go to my Instagram right now, right? You basically if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll be able to see like my very first kind of like old painting from a couple of years ago that is like lopsided and weird and crazy and it looks hideous.
Probably not. We-
But hello, I kept it up there anyway because I like to go back to see where I've been and where
Mhm.
I am now. And then that instantly brings me back like, woo, girl, you did your thing from that point to this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you need to just calm down. Make sure you hit up Kayla. This is Kayla's Instagram, you guys. Check her out, okay?
But yeah,
Uh,
I didn't keep any of my old drawing.
oh, you didn't keep any of your old
Well,
stuff.
the thing is with me, I will work on one piece until it's like perfectional. I'm a perfectionist. It's just I will stick there to the thing until it's like right. And my husband will like, "You were learning." I said, "I don't care. It needs to look like that one though." And then so I'll redo it over and yeah, I'm very, and my daughter gets it from me and she gets so like frustrated. I'm like, oh my God, is how I am? And I feel bad for her. She got it too because I'm like, I don't want you to feel frustrated over like a letter. And but yeah, I'm like that a lot. So I will redo the same thing over and over and over until I get it. And that's how I started. I used to do the same thing over and over and over until I like the way it looks. So that's a good thing. I wish I
Exactly.
kept them.
I mean, I'm a perfectionist too. This is kind of why me and Kayla. And then you know what? If you don't have a community at home, you will find a community online, and in some cases, you will build lifelong friendships and companionships. And who knows? You may even meet a husband online. Okay, if you don't
I know.
have a husband right now, you may even meet a husband. What's the name? She met her husband online.
Oh,
um, God to an artist. I can talk about it because she put it on her Instagram. So I'm gonna talk about it. But yeah,
oh,
she met her husband online.
oh,
Yeah, he actually was one of her collectors.
oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting story. Now I would
So
love to know about him because she has plenty of art collectors. I would love to hear her story. That's
yeah,
pretty.
yeah, yeah. She actually has her full story on I think on her website or something like that. But I remember her
Oh,
posting
that's
one
cute.
time saying that basically she had like she was doing like a commission or something for him and he wanted it shipped to like Italy or something because that's where she's living now.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, she wanted it shipped over there and then they I guess voila, they're married. So that's a beautiful
Cute.
thing. You know what I mean? Like you never
Yeah.
know what's gonna happen and where life is gonna take you. And believe me, even though like art and all of that stuff is a hard journey, it's a hard process, and it's basically not for play, but at the same time, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing when you can, especially in this epidemic that we're in right now, pandemic that we're in, when you can use your talents and your gifts to make money right in your own home, that's when you really start to feel like, boom, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my calling. This is my purpose. You know what I mean? I mean, how do you feel about it, Kayla?
I think when you wake up to do whatever, it doesn't even have to be art, whatever you do every day, because technically you spend, if you go to work every day 8 to 5, whatever job you're doing, you spend a good majority of your time doing that. And if you can wake up every day and be excited to do it, that's a good thing, because I don't think half of Americans are excited to wake up to go do whatever jobs they go to do. And like you are forced to go to college to learn something that you will make money, you know what I mean? You're taking student loan, and then they automatically tell you go do something where you're gonna make money. And now you graduate and you're like, ugh, every day you have to go to this job and you don't like it, but then you're making good money. So that's kind of like a, you know what I mean, you gotta like balance it out. But if you can wake up every day and be excited to go to whatever job you do, that's the most amazing thing. Let me put it that way, because a lot of people in the country are not in that situation and they hate going to work, but they have to work. You know what I mean? So they have to work there because of insurance, because of, you know, how whatever salaries. So if you can wake up every day and enjoy your work, you excited to go to work, whatever art, whatever you do, then you are in better place than many. Let's put it, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely. I feel like um but touching on that, I do want to touch on that real quick. I feel like if if you when you get into being an entrepreneur, an artist, an entrepreneur, a creative, or whatever it is that you're trying to do in your journey, make sure that it is a calling. A calling meaning, um, if you don't get up and do it, you feel like you want to die. That's a calling. You feel what I'm saying? Because if I
Yeah.
don't, like, even though, okay, like, say for me, like, right, I have a painter's injury, and nobody believes that this is a painter's injury, but it's a painter's injury. Okay, I strained my, like, whatever, this arm be on fire. Okay, from repetitive movement, this one movement, right? And I paint probably
Hmm.
7 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I've been doing that for the last, what, almost 3 years. So now my body's like, oh, really? Oh, really? You think you're going to be doing that all day? So, anyway, so back to the conversation. The point to me saying that is I will work. You feel me? I will work through this pain. My arm be on fire. I will work. I will push myself and go 18 hours, and my arm will be on fire at the end of the night. And I will not care. I will take my Advil and put my ice pack on this bad boy and keep it trucking. Okay?
Wow.
But
Well, I don't do that.
and believe me, that's what you call a passion, a purpose, a calling. Okay, when you
Mhm.
feel like you really want to do something, especially when you have people like depending on you and stuff like that. For me, half of my business is kind of YouTube and, tutorials and stuff like that. So since half of my business is kind of YouTube and tutorials, um I have people depending on me. I'm supposed to be like, when you're doing YouTube, you gotta upload stuff like every once or twice a week, or people just gonna be like, "Oh, really? Like, you didn't upload anything this week?" You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I don't do.
So
I don't do
yeah.
that.
So, and then you have commissions. Me, Kayla. I don't know, Kayla. I don't know why you not hurting, because you got 40, 50 commissions over there.
No, I'm. You know what? I tell. That's one thing. Time management. I time everything. I don't. I don't work extra. Like I do work extra hours when I have to, but when I'm tired, I can't focus anyway, so I will just stop for the night. But yeah, I do 40 commission, and I do all of that. I don't my shoulders don't be hurting, girl. Mm-mm. I don't, and it's also good too. You need to see if it took you 12 hours to do a commission, document that. So next time you take another commission, you know not to take another one because this one took too long to finish. So you don't want to keep, you know what I mean? If you like learning a new skin tone, for example, you doing for the first time you're doing a Caucasian person, and you know you have to learn how to, do the skin tone, and it will take you time. Therefore, whenever someone else says, "Hey, I want you to draw me or paint me," and I'm like, "Huh, I can, but it has to be after this." I don't say, "Hey, I will do it," and then now I have to struggle to finish. So
Right.
no, I don't. My arms don't hurt
Well, you
because
know what, Kayla? I think because Kayla's more, and that's another reason why it's good to have feedback from different people. And don't be following behind me, guys, because I do too much. Okay, and I do too many
yes,
hours, too many things. I
you
help too
do
many
a lot.
people, and
Yes,
I don't rest.
you do way more than I do. Me, this is it. This is I paint, I deliver. I don't do tutorials. I don't go lives often. I know many people says, "Hey, I wanna please go live while you sketching and while you painting," and I'm like, then I have to, it's, and then I have my kids in the background 24/7. So going live for me, it's not as easy as other artists. So I'll do a quick videos really quick and show people, but going live takes, I really need my husband to be home to, entertain them, because otherwise they will be coming here every second having something to tell me. So I just don't do live. And YouTube, you have IG, you have Facebook, you have TikToks, and you have your Facebook page that you managing to. Yeah, I don't do all that. And I don't want to
Yeah,
do. And
exactly. So it's like,
you also teaching too, right? You also
I'm
have, and you do pen
teaching.
parties.
I do it
And
all. Basically, I do it all. And guess what, you guys? I'm about to drop this new. Like I don't have enough going on. I'm about to drop these new set of earrings. Okay, in the
she has
next week or
a
so.
business. And you have a jewelry business. Yes.
Yes.
I don't, I can't, it's too much, way too
Yeah,
much.
so it's a lot. And thank you so much. Sorry, Kay, let me just
Uh-huh.
thank Shonda so much. Thank you. She said try that bio freeze. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to check that out and see and check that out. But you know what? I have okay, so this is what I say to that. Don't follow behind me because I'm a hyper person. I have to have 50,000 things going on all day long. And that's kind of, but you know what? You have to be a self starter, a go getter, and you have to go hard, especially if you want to make a full time income to maintain your household without having that extra like buffer or job. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you don't have a spouse or whatever, like if you have a spouse that can kind of buffer or add that extra income, you may not have to push that hard. But if you are just by yourself, you have to be a go-getter. You have to, and then I would recommend, I recently started, like I said, got my little schedule out, recently just started getting the schedule out, and I started to time when I'm doing stuff because I will tend to start painting, and I will totally lose track of time and end up with my arm on fire. Versus if I just rest in between, or I do a schedule where I paint 2, 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, and then the rest of the day will be like administrative duties or whatever else I have on the schedule, and then I will be okay. And then combine with other activities or whatever. But because I have so many things that I have to do, and I'm a one woman show. It's kind of hard to balance everything, and I will admit I haven't been good at that, and my body is starting to see the effects of that. But I'm listening to my body now. Actually, you guys, you should be happy to hear, because for the first time in like 6 months, I actually took off the last 3 days, and I haven't done anything. This is the first thing I'm doing in three
You're
days.
working
Okay?
hard. I
So
know.
clap,
I mean,
clap, clap for me.
and it's also great to, I don't like to put how much money I make or anything, but it's almost great for you to have a goal. Hey, this, I need X amount of money. And once you make that amount of money, you track how you make that amount of money. So next month, you know what to do to get the same amount of money and more. So that's what I do. Like I started with X amount of money. I said, okay, I did this amount of commission, I made this amount of money. Now let me see if I take 10 more commissions and make this amount of money. Let me see how I can how can I schedule it to work and still do everything else I have to do. I still have to, be a mom, a wife, and take care of the house and everything. So my schedule, it's actually on my wall, but I also have I always have, hey, I'm gonna spend 3 hours doing that. And the goal is, it's also great for you to do is, you work but you don't work hard. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, right.
if you have to do smaller painting, do that, and the more you will sell more smaller painting, but it will take you an hour to do each of them. So here you are making, I don't know, $40 an hour just to make the little painting. You know what I mean? And then you can make 20 of them a month or 40 of them a month. So, but don't go do a big 24 by 36 painting that took you the whole month to do. And then, and on top of that, you're still trying to do every other things that you have to do. Then you will get tired and exhausted, and you will be mentally tired. You need to take time for yourself. I'm telling you that. Otherwise, you're gonna hate this process, and you're gonna just be. And if you're not mentally there with your canvas, you're just wasting time. Seriously, you're just putting paint down, but then tomorrow you're gonna rework everything you stayed late to do. So you stay late.
Exactly.
Yeah, you stay late the night before to paint, and then you wake up the next morning. You say, "Oh, what is that?" And then you're fixing everything you stay late to do. That's, you're mentally tired. You just go ahead and go to bed. I can't do everything Daniel's doing because I will be pulling my hair off. Can't do it.
Well,
I am a night lady.
I think that's why it's good that that's another reason why you should have positive people around you and other creatives, because you can learn from other creatives and they can give you, some of them can kind of stabilize you out and give you ideas on how to balance and maintain, how not to overwork and stuff like that. Not that you should be listening to everything some other artist has to say, but it's good that you can pick up little bits and pieces and little tips here and there from different people that will be able to assist you during your journey. Um, because, I picked up, people telling me like, oh, you need to rest. You need to take 1 or 2 days. If you don't rest, you're gonna burn out and you're not gonna be able to do anything for anyone. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm starting to listen, like, okay, so now what my new schedule, right, will be, I'm going to work 4 days a week, painting 4 days a week, whatever it is, whether it's tutorials, whatever it is, whether, I have to batch them together, whatever I need to do, work 4 days a week, only paint 3 to 4 hours per that 4 day period. The rest of the days will be spent family, friends, cleaning, self-care activities, or maybe administrative work. You know what I mean?
There's not one day you
And
won't be feeling your office. That's all I'm gonna say. Even though you said you would take the time off, yeah, like
Exactly.
you always come there. Like, you're like you taking the time off unless you get out of your house. You take a vacation outside of your house. You always you always in here. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm on Wednesday. I said, okay, I'm not gonna stay late. I'm gonna cook dinner. We're gonna have a nice dinner with my husband. Before we go watch a movie or something, I always come here and check something. I don't need anything in here. You're not painting today. Go outside. So
Exactly.
it's hard not to want to do anything. So, but don't. My thing is don't overwork yourself for, and your prices. You will feel like what you're doing is not worth it if you don't charge the right price for your art. If you giving people art for $20 and you spending 8 hours to finish it, or 2 days to, or 16, 20 hours to finish it, then you will feel like it's not worth it. And you will start feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm doing all this just for $20. Don't don't lowball your work because you need $20. Someone will pay whatever amount of money you want to charge for your art. Someone will pay for it. Just
Yeah,
post it every social media. Someone will buy it. But don't just work for $20 and then now you will feel the guilt and you'll be like, oh, I did all this for $20 and then it's not worth it, and then so just don't. I've been there.
yeah. I
Try.
mean, we all have been there where
Mm-hmm.
you have lowballed your work and basically given work away for free and
Mm-hmm.
bartered with somebody. Believe me, it's not worth it. I noticed that when an artist, and even if, and it doesn't even matter what your work looks like, if you feel like your work is worth $1,000, you know what I mean, whatever it is, if you feel like that, somebody somewhere will pay the $1,000.
Yes.
You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Of course. Yes.
So I think, but also at the same time, while you're waiting for somebody to pay the $1,000 for your painting, whatever it looks like, at the same time, you should be diversifying. I really believe in diversifying your business. You should have your hand in many different pots so that you can have many different sources of income. So that way, if something dries up, you won't be feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what do you think, Kayla?
You. My goal is to make something that's built that make monthly income by itself. I don't know what it is. A coloring book, a calendar, journals,
Mhm.
planners, those type of thing. I don't know, coffee mugs, whatever, phone cases, doesn't matter. But having that website, having those type of thing, create an art, and having people keep purchasing prints and everything else off of it. Go brush your teeth over there. I'm still on my life. Sorry. Okay, I'm still on my life. Thank you. Good night. Go. Bye. Bye. Close the door. Where's your
And
father?
see, you
Terrible.
see, the kids they don't care what you're doing either.
I
They
know. I
they
know.
want they want their time. Okay, they
No,
don't
I
have
guess they.
time for your life.
I guess he saw that. He probably think the hour is up. That's probably why. He probably think, oh yeah, she must be done. You can't go see mommy. So yeah. So I would say she. So I would say try to. Yes, like exactly. Greeting cards, bookmarks, things that you just sit at home and people are just buying. You don't have to work too hard. We're getting old. Enjoy
Exactly.
life and just try to create those small little things like people will just, buy, and you don't have to keep constantly creating. Now everybody wants a hug. Yeah, we have a hug. All right. Good night. Thank you. Bye. They don't need to see you. So, bye, bye.
Bye. Bye, guys. Good
Bye.
night.
Close the door. Close the door. Good night. The door. Sorry, 1 second. Because oh my god, I already gave you a hug, Bashi. Where's your daddy? Give me one. Okay. All right, bye. In a hug. Okay, in a hug. Okay, good night. Cassandra, you're doing a terrible job at this. High five. Okay, high five, Ashley. Stop. I'm on the call. Go. High five. You're doing a terrible job. Yes.
So anyway, yes, guys, let's keep the conversation going. So yeah,
I'm
start out small. You
sorry.
good, you good. This is listen. This is entrepreneur life. This is mom life. Okay,
Ooh,
you guys gotta get with it. This is mom life. So
I have.
yeah, I feel like yeah, greeting cards. That's always good all year long, especially if you do it right. Like if you're
Oh,
professional with
was
it.
she a graphic designer or I don't know
Yeah,
what kind.
like
I would love
Miss Shonda, are you a graphic designer or what type of artist are you? Says I think people get that confused. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me put it up. She says I think people get that confused with artist block. Oh, I think we was talking about something else before. But yeah, that's pretty much. I think you
So when you
definitely.
no, you don't really have to create every day. Like once you, if you're making, are you saying like, oh, if you stop creating, but you're making your prints are selling and you just don't make, no, I mean, you don't have to create every day. You don't have to post. You could, I'm growing my Instagram now. I can tell you by creating small canvases every day, it had grown from 600 to 1,000, almost double the amount in less than a month. And that's by posting every day. That's by creating something small every day. And when I'm saying small, and I do those little pet portraits, and that's for now because I'm trying to grow my Instagram. So I'm doing a lot of pet portraits just so I can get followers. And then these take me about an hour. And the more I post them, the more people I get to follow, to follow me. So I think that's a nice way to build your social media by creating, even if it's 5 by 7, a quick sketch. So I don't know what kind of artist are you, but just creating something every single day. It doesn't have to be complicated and detailed or anything. You just record it really quick, but you create something and then you post it on social media. But you don't have to create something every day. Like I said, it had helped me grow my social media because I just started IG. So it's but yeah, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to, but it helps. And it might not help into selling something, but it might help into getting your name out there. You know what I mean? But that's the only reason I paint those small canvases every day because it's
Yeah,
helping.
I think if you're consistent and you have a niche, and you basically, if you're consistent and you have a niche and you posting every day or at least a couple of times a week, and maybe you focus on one particular theme, like if you're a person that do greeting cards and you do like a nice greeting card. Also, I want to talk about photos, you guys. Photos and the way you present your work is just as important as the work itself. So if you want to be a
Terrible.
professional, you feel what I'm saying?
Oh, I agree.
So,
I'm terrible at it, but I agree with you.
but if you want to be a professional for the most part, you want to
Yes.
definitely be consistent. You want to make your pictures interesting, and you want to be posting on social media as consistent as possible. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. So
Yeah.
anyway, you guys, yeah. I mean, do you have any last minute tips you want to give? Because I know everybody's getting restless in the house, and they're like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah. Yes. One more
Do
question.
you have any last minute tips?
I can't see anything, so I'm letting you tell me because I can't see who's lives and who's not live. So
Oh, okay. Oh yes. She was just saying yes, a good camera, good camera. And you know what? You don't even need a good camera. You can get a regular, use your regular phone, natural daylight, put it on whatever, a nice white background, boom, outside in the yard, click, 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 couple of clicks, and you
Mm-hmm.
keep it moving. It looks beautiful and gorgeous. You can even throw some twigs in there, some flowers from the garden. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
And it
Spruce it
looks
up.
nice too. It looks nice when you have the same theme. You know what I mean? I regretted not having a theme when I first started my IG. I know it's not too late to do, but I like the IG that have that consistent color, and or if they always take pictures next to flowers or plants or something, and see all the pictures are just, it looks nice. But that's if you have time. I don't do any of that, quite frankly. But I need to, but I don't. I'm not a social
Exactly.
media. Yeah, so it's enough for me to even have to post it, but let's put it that way.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah,
I think if you're kind of consistent in how you do things, you know what I mean? Like, let me make sure nobody is saying anything on these. You know, when you do these watch parties on Facebook, it's always somebody saying something or whatever, and you never know what they're saying. Okay, you never know what's going on. So anyway, yeah,
can't see. I see it, but I
I
can't.
mean, we could probably. So anyway, I hope you guys like these sort of videos where we get on. I may have the same guest every week. Maybe Kayla will bless us again when she if she's not stressed out, and bless us again and come on
I,
and chat with us and have like a good whatever. Um, if you have, do you have any last minute thoughts, Kayla? Like anything you want to add before we log off, or
um,
um,
I just want to say that if you have any question, reach out. Don't hesitate to reach out. I don't mind taking time and answer your questions at all. And I'm not somebody that will, that's selling those tips. So, so no, you can just send me a message, and I will glad to tell you what I have done and how I would have approached it. But not that doesn't mean it's the right way, but that's how I have done it. And I don't have, like I said, I don't have any marketing um degrees or anything, but this is what I do. And then it makes more money than I made when I was an engineer. So but it works for me. But what I'll say is, just don't just jump into being a full-time artist. Please take your time. Don't Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you know what you want to do, what you want to paint, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you focus on that before you make the jump. Don't just go into it and not knowing what exactly you are going into for. So that's all I'm gonna say. And if you have any question, please let me know.
yes, if you guys have any questions, you can always hit me up on Instagram. Join the group over on Facebook, the same name, Creative Girl of Color, over on Facebook. I'm pretty much the same thing, Creative Girl of Color, everywhere. You can hit me up. You can check out all the things that we're going to be doing, like art boxes, and check out my art, whatever you, or in the schedule that I have for YouTube. You can check that out on the website, creativegirlofcolor.com. And you can also support on there also if you guys want to join the Patreon, okay? I do Patreon rewards, and you get exclusive access to all of my YouTube videos and other activities, okay? And we can be on fire over there together.
We even have
Tell people
Patreon
where
too.
can they find your website, Kayla? And give
It's
people your
this.
website.
It's www.designbykayla.com. I can put it in the comment. Hold on, I'll
Yeah,
send it to
put it
you.
in the comments. Designbykayla.com. You guys make sure you check her out, especially if you got some value out of this. Don't forget to hit a girl up and support. That's another thing. You can also, once you get into a community of artists and other creatives, you will find that we will be very supportive of each other. because like I said, I bought this beautiful thing, these beautiful like journals from my friend. She's in the group. She runs another group on what do we call it? She runs another group on Facebook, and it is I forgot what her name is, Alea. I have to find out. But anyway, you guys, you can definitely reach us wherever you need to reach us, whether on Instagram. Oh, let me put it up. So here's her website, you guys. You can definitely check her out. Wait, hold on. Let me check her out on there. And copy. I should have made a banner of this earlier. Yes, indeed. I think we once you go over that hour mark, people are like, okay, they doing too much now.
Oh yeah.
They're like, oh, okay, like you doing too much, girl. Okay, so yeah, check out Kayla's website, Designs by Kayla, www.designsbykayla.com. You guys, make sure you love it, like it, support it. Yeah. So anyway, you guys know what it is. If we don't have any more questions, you can always reach us on the different Instagrams and websites, or just join the group, and then you can have all the conversations you want to have. You know what I'm saying? Let me scroll up, but you guys know what it is. Thank you so much for being on the show, Kayla. I really appreciate
You
you
will
as usual.
anytime.
For
Anytime.
always supporting and having my back. Okay,
Of
the
anytime.
power of networking, you guys. Okay, networking and get you a whole new family of people that love you and stuff like that. And you
Awesome.
guys know what it is. You wanna lead us out? I love you guys so much. Okay, I love you so
You
much. All
really
right.
does.
I love you guys so much. And you know what it is. I will catch you guys on the next one. Comment below and let me know what you think of today's live to I'm about to say tutorial. Today's live chat. And hopefully we'll be back next week Monday.
Yes.
Let's fingers crossed next week Monday. Maybe we'll come back next week Monday. If not, we'll catch on. We'll link up schedules. If you want to be on the podcast, you guys, and you want to be with me here in the box, chatting about whatever, get at me on Instagram or again, creativerecolor.com. Send me an email, all right, and we'll set something up. But you know what it is. I love you guys. Be safe out there, okay?
Mhm.
Wear your mask. Love on each other. Try to be together in solidarity. Okay? All right, Kayla, say bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.